Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Manix Robinson TV, and I am back at it again. Thanks for tuning into the channel one more time from wheresoever that you are across the world. Greetings, blessing and prosperity to you. Yes, and happy birthday to the Marine Corps, celebrating 250 years. Yes, happy birthday to all the Marines, active, our veterans. Much love and respect to you guys for your tremendous and dedicated service toward this great country. And for those that have given the ultimate sacrifice, I wave this flag to you. Yes, happy birthday to the Marine Corps. 250 years and still growing strong. God bless America. Yes, that's how we do it. To all military family, the blessing of God upon you. To all the men and women that have been deployed, much love and respect. So yes, my wonderful viewers, thanks for tuning in one more time to the wonderful Manix Robinson TV channel, where we talk about topics, hot topics, topics going on all across the world. But we'll be talking about what's going on in the United States. It does seem like the government shutdown is about to end. And also we're going to be talking about the chaotic situation that is going on in Jamaica pertaining to hurricane relief and all of them stuff. It is crazy, but we're going to be playing a little bit of news of what is unfolding in America right now. And we're going to hear what Speaker Mike Johnson have to say. Mike Johnson, we want to hear what you have to say pertaining to the government shutdown. So we're going to play a little bit of Mike Johnson today, guys. Mike Johnson, hear this.
I'm thankful to welcome you to what appears to be the beginning of the end of the longest government shutdown in U.S. history, as shameful as that is. After 40 days of wandering in the wilderness and making the American people suffer needlessly, some Senate Democrats finally stepped forward to end the pain. It appears to us this morning that our long national nightmare is finally coming to an end, and we're grateful for that. The Senate's vote late last night of 60 to 40 opens the door now. The Senate is moving forward on an amended House CR, a continuing resolution, that will reopen the government until January 30th. The Senate will be back in session this morning to finish their job, and we're certainly praying that they do. They'll need unanimous consent from all senators to fast-track their final vote. As you know, there are some procedural hurdles that one or more could throw in the way, but we certainly hope that they won't do that because so many people across this country are desperate for the government to reopen.
Brenda,
we have always been open to finding solutions to reduce the oppressive costs of health care under the Unaffordable Care Act. We just made clear that we would not and should not ever do that, that is, negotiate as hostages. We look forward to the government reopening this week so Congress can get back to our regular legislative session. We have a lot of business to do, as you all know, and we will be working in earnest. There'll be long days and long nights here for the foreseeable future to make up for all this lost time that was imposed upon us. At the very moment that they do that final vote, I will call all House members to return to Washington as quickly as possible. We'll give a 36-hour formal and official notice so that we can vote as soon as possible to pass the amended CR bill and get it to the president's desk. I'm stating the obvious to all my colleagues, Republicans and Democrats in the House. You need to begin right now returning to the Hill. We have to do this as quickly as possible. This is genuine. I mean this sincerely. We applaud the 7 Senate Democrats and 1 independent senator who did the right thing. They decided to put principle over their personal politics. And my urgent plea of all my colleagues in the House, and that means every Democrat in the House, is to think carefully, pray, and finally do the right thing and help us to bring an end to the pain of the American people.
So, guys, that was Speaker of the House Mike Johnson talking about the opening of the federal government, and it does seem like the Republicans have finally got the Democrats to tremble and quiver and surrender to the will of the Republicans. It does seem like that is what happened. It is strange. It is strange. Republicans stand together, but it always the Democrats them never united under one banner. The Democrats them the Democrats are never united. So now the Republicans have gotten what they want, and it does seem as if they have agreed on some temporary spending measures, but it doesn't seem as if they have gotten the deal that they have shut down the government for. And it was the idea of protecting health coverage for millions of Americans. Me from India, how are you doing? How are you doing, my friend from India? How is everything down there in India? But it seems as if the Republicans have let the Democrats them quiver underneath pressure as usual, because that is what the Democrats them are good for. Always never united under one banner. Look at the Democrats them. They were so united in getting the Republicans them united, not giving up. But hey, it is politics. It is all politics, guys.
I'm thankful
All
to
politics.
welcome you to what appears to be the beginning of the end of the longest government shutdown in U.S. history, as shameful as that is. After 40 days of wandering in the wilderness and making the American people suffer
Shameful,
needlessly,
Mike Johnson.
some Senate Democrats
Shameful.
finally stepped
And all
forward
of
to
you
end the
guys.
pain.
All of you guys
It
should be
appears to us
ashamed.
this morning that our long national nightmare is finally coming to an end, and
Shame
we're
on all
grateful
of
for
them.
that. The Senate's vote late last night of 60 to 40 opens the door now. The Senate is moving forward on an amended House CR, a continuing resolution, that will reopen the government until January 30th. The Senate will be back in session this morning to finish their job, and we're certainly praying that they do. They'll need unanimous consent from all senators to fast track their final vote. As you know,
Now
there are
they're
some
going to be back
procedural
in
hurdles
session. Now
that
they're
one or
going to
more
be
could
back in
throw in the
session.
way, but we certainly hope that
Wow.
they won't do that, because so many people across this country are desperate for the government to reopen.
Mike Johnson, I leave you up to Marjorie Taylor
We have
Greene.
always been open to finding solutions to reduce the oppressive
I leave you
costs
up to
of
Marjorie
healthcare
Taylor Greene,
under
Mike.
the Unaffordable Care Act.
Marjorie Taylor, I leave you up to Marjorie Taylor Greene. Marjorie Taylor Greene
That is
gonna
negotiate
whoop you
as
good.
hostages. We look forward to the government reopening this week so Congress can get back
Taking
to
a
our
vacation
regular legislative
again.
session. We have a
Exactly.
lot of business to do, as you all know, and we will be working in earnest.
All right, Mike
There'll be
Johnson.
long days and long nights here.
You are such an hypocrite. I don't want to hear nothing else from Mike Johnson. Mike Johnson look like a little baby. The only thing he need right now is a pacifier and a dribbler. Yes, Mike Johnson, I leave you up to Marjorie Taylor Greene, because Marjorie Taylor Greene ready to whip you out of Washington. And it seems like that is what's going to happen to you, my friend. So, guys, it does seem as if Democrats block buckle always. The Democrats them always buckle. Them always buckle. Them not united. You don't see how they, even though, listen, majority of the states that are suffering more from the government shutdown, especially from WIC, are red states. Red states are the ones that depend more on government funding, and all the scream these Republicans constituency, they scream. Them still hold them ground. Them no care. Them say we nah cave. And we control the House. And we control the Senate. And we control the executive. And they no cave. And rather than the Democrats them hold out, them cave. They say they were fighting for the American people. Apparently, they weren't fighting for the American people. They were doing their own thing, because if they were fighting for the American people, I'm assuming that they would have still keep fighting. But just to show you that it seems as if the Republicans are more united than the Democrats. From India, it seems as if the Republicans are more united than the Democrats. So how the Democrats them expect to get into power the next election when they are so divided? I don't get it. 67. It is crazy. It is seriously crazy what is going on. But anyway, I was listening to, let me see if I can find it. I was listening to this gentleman that they call, what's his name again? Nick Fuentes. Is that his name? Can somebody correct me? Nick Fuentes. I think that is his name. Nick Fuentes. Yes. I hear Nick Fuentes crying like a baby. Hold on. Let me find it, guys. Let me find Nick Fuentes, because he's crying like a baby. Yes. Nick Fuentes. Yes, crying like a baby. Because I don't get it. All of a sudden now it seems as if, guys, it seems as if even though the Republicans them voted to hold their grounds, it does seem as if there's a civil war in the Republican Party right now. It seems as if there is a civil war brewing in the Republican Party, because I hear Nick Fuentes crying like a baby. Woo, me can't believe me. Woo, me can't believe, say, our dear president sell us out. Nick Fuentes was crying like a baby with a pacifier in his mouth, crying with his dribbler, baby milk formula, the drip from him milk, said that the Republican Party is not for the American people. But this is what I don't understand. Nick Fuentes is saying that Nick Fuentes is saying that President Donald Trump has betrayed. Nick Fuentes is gonna save the Republican Party. How is he gonna save the Republican Party? Blacks. How is Nick Fuentes gonna save the Republican Party? How? The president of the United States run on a campaign, said that he's gonna drain the swamp, saying that he's going to make America great again, saying that he's gonna put America first, saying that he's gonna bring down prices, saying that he's gonna bring manufacturing, good paying manufacturing jobs back to America, saying that he's gonna be America first, saying that he's gonna rein in some of the waste spending that America have been spending overseas, saying that he will not fight any, he ended all the wars, he will not started any wars, and it seems as if he is doing the opposite. But what did Nick Fuentes expect? In all his wisdom and his all his eloquent speaking, it seems as if Nick Fuentes don't even understand how America run. This has been America for centuries, and America will not change how we conduct business. So Nick Fuentes is waking up to the reality that he thought that President Donald Trump was going to be his knight and shining armor. Well, guess what? Even President Donald Trump have to answer to the shadow government and the deep state. And that is what is going on in the United States again. You all a buffet class mouthpiece. Whatever you want to say, my friend, Nick Fuentes cannot save America. He thought that President Donald Trump would be the one that would save America. Guess what? The president is doing the same like what every other else president has been doing in the United States. Majority of them are there for the special interests and their lobbyists and for themselves and to protect their big interests and their big corporate donors, to protect Wall Street, Silicon Valley, and their big donors. What did Nick Fuentes expect? What did he expect? Let me find the video because I need to hear him crying like a baby. Wee, 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 wee. I can't believe that President Donald Trump is doing this. Wee, 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 wee. What did he expect? He's just waking up and smelling the coffee like a lot of Americans. Hold on, let me find him because me no understand. Let me find Nick. Let me find Nick Fuentes crying like a baby. Let me find him. Where you there? Where you there, Nick? Where you there? Let me find you. They cry like a baby, screaming on top of his lungs, blaming President Trump, blaming everybody but himself. Hold on. Let me find Nick a bar like a baby. Why? All of that him a do. Make me find. Where are you, Nick? Where you there, Nick? Here we go. Here he is. Here is my cry baby, crying like a baby right here. Here he is. Yes. Here he is, crying like a baby. Whoa. Nick. Crying like a baby. Nick crying like a can't believe say. Hear him.
Hot take and analysis of this collaboration, of the interview, but they don't really know the whole story.
Talk.
They
Maybe you talk, Nick.
Finding the right Medicare coverage starts here.
Talk, Nick. Because all you do is crying like a baby. Cry, Nick,
they
cry.
don't really know my story, and they don't really know what I'm about. And
Free
like Tucker
question,
said on his show,
my boy.
and I think it's
Ain't
true.
do
I think
nothing
that
wrong
Tucker, like
and
many
forbid
people, they
to
only
get
know
action.
me from the clips. They only know me from the short videos they see on lately Instagram, but before that, on Twitter or elsewhere, and their entire
Crying like a baby. Hear
perception
him.
and
Crying like a
opinion of me and
baby.
my show, and fundamentally what I represent, because it isn't just about my personality, but it's about our views, what we have been expressing for the past 10 years. This colors their perception of all of that, and I think it gives them a false perception, and I think that is deliberate. I think that
Crying like a
reality
baby.
is something that has been deliberately manufactured, and I'll get into exactly what I mean by that. But first, I want to talk a little bit about how this interview came about.
Can you
because
shout
it's sort
out
of an
free
interesting
Epstein?
story.
They will
My
never,
relationship with Tucker Carlson over the past 3
they will never free any of you out there in any of you out there in the land of the living have this misguided notion that they're gonna release the Epstein file. They will never release it. It will never happen. It will never happen. So some of you should move on. The Epstein file will never be released. It will never be released. So any of you out there where they march and they burn torch and with pitchfork and they sing Knight's hymn and they march round the capital believing that the Epstein file will be released. Wake up from your slumber. It will never happen. This is America. When America want to cover up secret, it cover it up really good. It will never happen. Wake up. The Epstein files is too much of the Epstein file have too much information in it, too much powerful people in the Epstein file. It will never be released. You think the powers that be gonna allow the Epstein file to release? Guys, wake up and smell the coffee, man. Wake up and smell the coffee. It doesn't work like that. It will not go happen. It will never happen. So whether you are Republicans or Democrats or independent and you sitting at the dining table clutching your American flag and clutching your cup of Dunkin' Donut or Starbucks coffee saying that how they're gonna release the Epstein file. Hello, it will never happen. Guess what? Drink your coffee, heat your donut, wave your American flag, continue to be a patriot, get up from around the table and go rake your yard. It will never happen, so stop sitting around and wait on it. It will never happen. But we're gonna listen to the cry baby some more, cause be a cry my cry. Hear him wee 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 wee. We hear the cry baby some more.
Has been mostly contentious. And without getting into too many of
Crying
the details,
like a baby.
I was basically a fan of Tucker Carlson for many years and almost entirely supportive. But we had a significant beef over Joe Kent. And for those that don't know, Joe Kent is a CIA officer, Green Beret, who served in North Africa and the Middle East for the last 20 years. And he returned back to the United States and ran for Congress in 2022.
Crybaby. We know why you're nothing else from you. You're crybaby Nick Fuentes. You're crybaby. Crybaby Nick Fuentes. You are a sellout. Paul Garden. How are you doing? I stopped eating your... Oh, yes, you are a sellout. Who is that? Trump. Nick Fuentes. Many of you follow Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes was expecting that President Donald Trump was going to be a different person, a different president. He was going to drain the swamp. He was going to rein in government spending. He was going to deport all the immigrants and only leave white Caucasian in America. He was going to bring in back the well-paying jobs. He was going to stop all the wars. He was going to stop giving aid to Israel. And he was going to be the president that will hold up the American dream and see America first. But Nick Fuentes, like a lot of Republicans, are waking up to the reality, say, this is not what is going on. There's a lot of America right now, lot of Americans that have voted for President Donald Trump have been questioning their decisions of voting for him. because they are saying that majority of the promises that he made, they are not being kept. He's doing the same thing that he said that he wouldn't have done. Gas price still high, egg still high, bacon still high, milk still high, bread still high. America still giving away trillions of dollars to other countries. A lot of that is what is going on. And that is why the Democrats them won in New Jersey. That's why the Democrats them elected a Muslim mayor. That is why Virginia elected its first female governor. That's why California voted to enact gerrymandering and redistricting, because the American people thought that this Republican administration would have bring back the golden years or usher in a golden period in the United States, and a lot of them not seeing that. A lot of them not seeing that. A lot of them not seeing the great America, make America great again promise. Millions of Americans, both Democrats and Republicans, they are in line now, waiting for food at food bank because them weak. Them weak don't got no money on it. Them weak run out. A lot of that is what is going on right now. Some same Republicans that voted for the president, some of the same MAGA who talk about too much people that live free off of the government. There's a lot of them in food line waiting for food. A lot of them farms gone under. A lot of them lost everything. Farms gone under. Them crops spoiling. Cannot pay a mortgage, cannot pay their rent, cannot buy food, cannot buy gas because the government shut down. How are you doing, K? Bless up yourself. A lot of that right now. Facts, taxes are seen as a gift to the treasurer. It craziness. Craziness. Egg price still through the roof. Milk still through the roof. Bread still through the roof. Gas still through the roof. Health insurance is about to take off like Falcon 9 rocket. Car prices through the roof. China stopped buying soybean from the farmers in the United States and start buying somewhere else. Where is the Make America Great Again? Where is make the America great again? The farmers them a bawl, the farmers them a scream, the farmers them a wail because they voted for President Donald Trump, and the president is giving even the Argentinians them that the Chinese government purchased soybean from. The American government, they give the same Argentinians them billions of American tax dollars, while the farmers them are suffer Americans are suffering, both Republicans and Democrats. So when I hear Nick Fuentes bawling and screaming and weeping like baby with his pacifier in his mouth and his dribbler on his chin saying that he didn't expect this from the president, what did he expect? Even the president of the United States have to answer to the big lobbyists and the special interest groups. He's not exempt from them. He's not exempt from them. Our beloved president said that he was going to drain the swamp. Look what is happening now. Did the swamp get drained? Wave your flag. Happy 250th birthday for the Marine Corps. If you are in the Marine, if you are a veteran, happy 250th birthday. Yes, I wave my flag right there. There we go. Yes. The Marine Corps, yes, is celebrating its 250th birthday. Take your stupid Trump hat off. This is no Trump hat, my friend. This is no Trump hat. Have you hear me talking anything about MAGA, saying that I am a MAGA or that I am a Trumpist? No, I am a patriot. I am a patriot. You don't see nothing Democratic or nothing Republican over here. All you see behind me is the big American flag, and I have a little American flag flying, and I have an American flag on my hat. Why are you coming accusing me of being a Trumpist? Some of these same people that talking about they wanted the president to do this and the president to do that. The president have his own agenda. And that is what is being carried out right now. Press the like button. Exactly. Do you know how many Republicans and how many MAGAs that voted for the Republican Party? And them same one right now is standing in line for food with their fellow Democrats and their fellow independent. They thought that any decisions or any policies that the Trump administration would implement would not affect Republicans and would not affect MAGAs. Well, guess what? Wake up and smell the coffee. We are all Americans and we are affected by any policies that is implemented in the United States, regardless what political jersey you wear. No matter what political jersey you wear, whether you voted for President Donald Trump or you didn't voted for him, any policy that is implemented, it will affect you. The only thing different in the line, the MAGA supporters, they are not wearing their red flag because some of them they feel ashamed and they don't want to look bad that this is what they voted for. So when I hear Nick Fuentes coming and screaming and crying like baby, oh, I can't believe it. Oh, Jesus Christ, I can't believe this is what the president of the United States is doing. He's still fighting wars. He's still giving Israel money. He's still feeding. He's still giving the poor. He's still giving millionaires money. He's still supporting Wall Street. He's still supporting tech valleys. He's still bringing in seasonal workers to work in Silicon Valley. He's not keeping his promises of making America great again. What did Nick Fuentes expect? It's not only Trump. I respect the office of the presidency. The people spoke, the people vote. Whether I voted for President Trump, yes or not, have nothing to do with what I am saying. Whether we voted for President Trump, yes or not, we still have to respect the office. He may say or do things or enact policies that a lot of us may not agree with, but we should not let party bickering or party politics put us at the place where Republicans and the Democrats thinking that or believing that they are different side of America. We are all Americans. I know some of you gonna say you are not American because you don't sound American. So why are you saying that we Americans? Guess what? As long as you are a citizen of this great country, you are an American. Whether you're black, you're brown, you're pink, you're green, you're yellow, what color? Actually, I am Scottish or whatsoever. We are all Americans, and a lot of us have lost the identity of what it is to be an American. We are majority of us now. We have digging our trenches and saying that we are Republicans and saying that we are independent and say that we are Democrat, and we forgotten that we are Americans first. We are American first. Some of us, we become so politically poisoned that we have forgotten the American spirit and the American joy, that we are all one. George Bush, the second, our junior, did warn the American people that we will see such times. George Bush had warned that America will go through this period, and some people thought it was a joke, and that is exactly what is going on in the United States right now. To my fellow Americans, you're watching this live stream, remember that you are American first before you are a Democrat or a Republican or a independent or a MAGA. You are America first, American first. You are an American first. So when you get up and say that, oh, I am Republicans, and your fellow American that voted for Democrat, or your fellow American that voted Republican, or your fellow American that voted independent, and then you start referring to your fellow Americans as enemy, we are living in dangerous times. When you reach the place where you are calling your fellow American brother and sister enemy, guys, we are living in dangerous time. When did we reach there? When you listen to the political pundits that a lot of Americans follow, and they get so hooked and get so addicted and drunk to some of these rhetoric that some of these individuals are spewing out, rather than America unify, rather than America heal. America has gotten more divided because there are people out there trying to let us believe that my fellow brother that is a Democrat and my fellow brother or my sister that is Republican, they are enemies. When did it reach there? Fly your flag and be a proud American and a proud patriot, because probably we are the ones will have to bring back this country from the brink. How long it takes for you, slim fat boy. How are you doing? Who is that? Credit. How long it takes for you to get citizenship or be a citizen? Okay, this is it. And this is for my fellow Americans that don't know the law, know the immigration system of how to become a citizen of this great country. If you're married to an American citizen, you can apply for your citizenship after I think it's after 3.5 years. If I'm not mistaken, somebody can correct me. If you're married to a United States citizen, you can apply for your citizen after 3.5 years. If you're married to a green card holder, or you got filed for by a family member, whether you were filed for by your father, or I think it's children or something like that, I think it's you have to do 5 years. And then if you are a United States citizen and you're filing for your brother and your sister and your niece and your nephew, I think it's gonna take you 12 years. So you have different tier or different category. But if you're married to a United States citizen, you can apply for your citizenship within 3.5 years. You see it? Even that Nick Fuentes was expecting the Trump administration to change. Free your mind like money. See the bigger picture. A lot of them cannot see the bigger picture, my friend, because they have been on the political Kool-Aid for so long that they've forgotten what is the real spirit of America. They've forgotten the real spirit of America. What they realize that America is an experiment. It's an experiment that is not perfect, but it is striving. And there are people out there that is doing everything in their powers that is pushing this experiment to the brink. So when you look at your fellow American brother and sister and going to categorize them as enemies, when did we reach that in America, when we are calling our own American brothers and sisters enemies? When did it reach there? When did it reach there? When did it reach there? When did it reach here? You are not our brothers and sisters. Hey, guess what? This is probably closest you will ever get to a true American, my friend. Guys, don't block his comment, please. Let him speak. Don't block his comments. Don't block his comment. Let him talk, man. As long as he's not uploading profanity and racially slur comment. Let the individual say whatsoever he or she is saying. This is the channel where I allow people to talk. You see, please don't block his comments them. Let him talk. Okay? Block. Whosoever put block on timeout or block his comment, let him comments them come through, guys. You see, this is where everybody come and them talk them things. Don't block his comment, guys, please. He may be saying stuff that we may not agree with, but that is his opinion. Please don't block his comment. Let him talk. That is his freedom of expression. As I said, as long as he's not being disrespectful or being insultive or uploading, racial discrimination words in our comment, he is good. All right? You are so handsome. Thank you. You forget who he never voted. Him never voted. Why compare black low? Yes, I voted. Yes, I did early voting. Yes, I voted. And this is the problem. And this is the same problem. Some of my fellow Americans, they have so much hostility to immigrants. And it's not just, and I'm not talking about illegal immigrant. They have so much hostility toward immigrants. And I'm talking about legal immigrants. Even though immigrants' blood flow through their vein, they are forgetting that immigrants' blood flow through their veins and their kids are descendants of immigrants. They have problem with immigrants. George W. Bush said that America need immigrants because immigrants are the ones that are doing the jobs that a lot of born Americans don't want to do. Born Americans that feel like they are better off than doing certain jobs, that are sitting at home in at their parents' home, depending on their parents to take care of them until they're 50 years old. The immigrants are the ones that are coming to America to make some of you be able to sit at your home living off your parents. So some of you should respect the immigrants, man. Respect the legal law-abiding immigrants, them, because they are the ones that letting you enjoy in your American dream, because the job that they're doing